Yo, what's poppin', people? Your boy Snacks is back in the building with another banger, and you know how we do. Before we get started, y'all know what time it is. We got to show y'all some love for stopping by, taking the time out, watching the video. But while you're here, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share it if you feel like it, and don't forget to leave your comments down in the comment section. You also don't forget to follow me on my TikTok and on Blue Sky. I check out Twitter, but I don't use Twitter like I should anymore. And they suspended my doggone Twitter account because I be talking trash on Twitter and I ain't even tried to get it back. But if you want to hit me on the Yoush Twitter, you can. You see it up there at the Yoush Network. Just regular Yoush on Twitter. Holla at your boy. Ooh, excuse me. Holla at your boy. But today, we got some more information on Shedeur and Dillion Gabriel scandal and the draft saga as the as the media continues to dig up more and more intel on what transpired and why Dylan Gabriel was drafted above Shedeur in this draft. So we're gonna check it out. Y'all ready? Let's go. So we got some more information on Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur on why Shedeur was drafted behind Dylan Gabriel, which nobody saw that coming. Nobody had that. Nobody had that on their draft board bucket list that Shedeur would go anywhere beyond the second or third round. Turns out he's the fifth round draft pick, the 144th draft pick in this year's draft. But the Browns insider reveals why Shedeur was below Dylan Gabriel in this year's draft. The Cleveland Browns saw Dylan Gabriel as a safer bet than Shedeur, hence taking him 2 rounds ahead of Colorado's quarterback in the 2025 NFL draft. Cleveland's.com, Mary Kay Cabot reported the Browns were concerned with Sanders' negative play. In addition to throwing 10 interceptions as a senior, the Buffalo Star was also sacked 94 times in 2 years at the school. Gabriel never finished with more than 7 picks in a single season, and he had 160.9 career passer rating across the stint at UCF, Oklahoma, and Oregon. Yeah, the man been in college 6 years, 3 different schools, but Shedeur just went to 2 schools, one a FCS, one a FBS, and dominated at both schools. But it is what it is. He played in multiple schemes, picked up new terminology quickly, and hit the ground running in each of his stops. Cabot wrote, he's extremely confident. He's excellent leadership ability and has started an FBS 63 games. That's a record. He also tied Case Keenum for the all-time FBS record with 155 touchdowns passed. 155 passing touchdowns. 6 years in college, three different schools, but was projected below Shedeur, but still ended up being picked up in the 3rd round. So Cabot added that Gabriel will be ahead of Sanders in the depth chart when the Browns get their offseason workout underway. The reporter further underscores the divide between how people outside of the NFL evaluate Sanders and how those employed by the team scrutinize his game. According to Cabot, the Browns didn't have any qualms about Sanders following their pre-draft meeting, which means to have been the case with at least one team. So after the Browns met with Shedeur, they ain't had no problem. Like I told you in my other video, they met with Shedeur about 4 times. They worked him out privately. They was at his workout, his showcase at Colorado. They went to the bowl game, the Senior Bowl, not the Senior Bowl, the other bowl game in Dallas, and had a few meetings with Shedeur along with the Giants. But when the Browns showed up, they brought the owner, the GM, the head coach, the OC. And that's what still had people so flabbergasted, because after they met with him at his showcase and watched him work out, they brought him out privately to have him work out again. And that's crazy. You don't do all that to pick a man in the 5th round. And then they picked him in the 5th round. They gave up 2 picks to move up in the draft in the 5th round to pick Shedeur. You still got to make it make sense, because at that point, it makes no sense to draft Shedeur after you drafted Dillion Gabriel and give up 2 more draft picks to go back and pick up Shedeur after you drafted Gabriel in the 3rd round. That's why I'm telling y'all, somebody broke rank, and it was the Cleveland Browns, because wasn't nobody supposed to get Shedeur. Head coach Kevin Stefanski and general manager Andrew Berry simply didn't see Shedeur Sanders as a prospect who jumped off the page. With Gabriel, there was a large body of evidence thanks to him spending 6 years at the FBS level. He also consistently delivered at every stop, eclipsing 3,000 passing yards in 5 seasons, with the exception of the 2021 season when a broken clavicle limited him to 3 starts. Gabriel's relative anonymity works to his benefit as well. It's not Gabriel's fault he ain't popular, but it ain't Shedeur's fault that he is popular. Being popular is a fan's choice. The people chose Shedeur. The people didn't choose Gabriel. Sanders has yet to log a single NFL snap, yet he might be the most famous backup in the league right now. From an organizational perspective, why give yourself that kind of potential headache for a player you didn't consider a surefire starter down the line? Almost no one had Gabriel coming off the board before Sanders. Now that it has happened, the explanation is relatively straightforward. Now that it has happened, the explanation is kind of weird, because it shows that they valued Shedeur. They wanted Shedeur. And somebody said, we're not drafting Shedeur. And all of those, it's everybody and their mom had this man coming off the board at 2. In the top 5, one of the best draft prospects seen in a long time. But we're going to go to the Cleveland Browns website, because we got some updated information. And we're going to tell y'all about it. Y'all ready? I hope y'all ready. Because we got a Cleveland Brown insider that clears the air on Browns and Shedeur Sanders conspiracy theory. So, y'all want to hear about that? If you don't, you're going to hear about it anyway. You ready? Here we go. Insider clears the air on Browns Shedeur Sanders conspiracy theory, and NFL insider set the record straight regarding conspiracy theories surrounding the Cleveland Browns' decision to draft Shedeur Sanders. And if you see me looking up top, that's because I'm reading my monitor on top of this monitor right here. Not that monitor over there, or that one right there. This one right here, not this one right here. But let me quit. The Cleveland Browns surprised a whole lot of people when they traded up to select Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round of the NFL draft. The Browns selected Sanders in a vacuum is not what turned heads. It was the fact that Cleveland took the Colorado Buffalo Star after having already drafted a quarterback in Oregon's Dillion Gabriel back in the 3rd round, which is true. They shocked the freaking world. When you go back up to get Shedeur, give up 2 draft picks to get the quarterback that you should have drafted in the 1st round. And to this day, it still doesn't make sense. I'm telling you, that collusion It matters. But I got some more stuff I'm gonna drop probably today or tomorrow, because Bomani Jones dropped something and Skip Bayless went off on Tom Brady. I ain't even touched on that yet. But let's get back into this. This had some believing that the Browns owner Jimmy Haslam may have forced general manager Andrew Berry to nab Sanders, and those who were reading the body language of Berry and the head coach Kevin Stefanski in the wake of the Browns making this pick felt it was a slam dunk case. However, Mary Kay Cabot of Cleveland.com has set the record straight regarding Cleveland's decision to draft Sanders, and it wasn't because Haslam commissioned the move. Haslam wouldn't force Berry to make the decision like that. Berry has final say over the roster decision, and Haslam let him do his job, Cabot wrote. Berry collaborates with others, including Stefanski, on such decision, but he is driving the roster's bus, and Haslam doesn't meddle. Back in 2014, when the inexperienced Ray Farmer was GM, Haslam influenced the pick on Johnny Manziel. But Berry is an experienced GM, and Haslam isn't mandating moves. Realistically speaking, what almost surely occurred was that Brown saw Sanders free falling and figured that he would be a terrific value pick on day 3, which was why they were apparently aggressive making the calls to try to move up in order to bag him. Sanders will have a chance to compete for the Cleveland starting quarterback job in the coming months. That don't clear no air for me, because that sounds like we clearing up something. We trying to get off of Jim Haslam pushing Andrew Berry to grab Shedeur, which we all know that's what happened. He saw all that money sitting right there and like, ain't no way in hell we gonna let this man sit there and get out of reach, become an undrafted free agent, and we don't even get him, and we should have had him already. Because they knew wherever Shedeur went, his fans were coming too. They knew the people from Colorado, the people that support Deion Sanders, the people that support the Shedeur Sanders, Shiloh Sanders, Travis Hunter, those people were coming too. And they couldn't let that money just sit there on the table. Jim Haslam might be old, but he ain't stupid. And he probably called Coach Prime, told him he was sorry, and apologized a million times for letting his son go through that ordeal. And he probably still trying to apologize right now. So whatever Shedeur wants, Shedeur gets. Shedeur will not be traded. Shedeur will not be off the team. Shedeur will be a starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, game 3 to 6, because he's the best they got. There's no other quarterback on that roster that is better than Shedeur or more NFL ready than Shedeur. Sure. Which means the 2 rookies will be on the roster. One of those other guys, Kenny Pickett, more than likely, will have to go. But we'll see what happens. Y'all leave y'all thoughts. Let me know what y'all think about all this mess, and we'll drop some more videos because we got some more stuff. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, man, y'all know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Do not forget to leave your comments, but we like to keep it popping in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We on our way to 20K, and we out, man. We gonna holler at y'all. Peace.